This is Superb Rwanda indeed. My name is Charles Kishi. I am the host and the founder of Zaniheza. Welcome to Superb Rwanda, a show that aims to further talk about Rwanda from the eyes of those who've been there. And that's why this show exists. And by the end of the show, we would like you to be inspired and to really know why Rwanda is that superb, for a matter, Africa. So, in that spirit, welcome. We talk to guests from all over the world who've been to Rwanda. No matter where you are, if you've been to Rwanda, come and talk to us. This is your platform. We invite you wholeheartedly. We have had the pleasure to host guests from Japan, from United States, from Greece, from Canada, and the story goes on. And we can't wait to even host the many more of you. As you join, as you know, in the chat box, if you are live with us today, tell us where you are watching us from. If you are joining us later, that's fine. Just leave us a comment, say hello. We read all the comments and we respond to all the comments. Today's guest is live from South Africa, the country of Mandela and Trevor Noah. I guess most young people will have that reference. So she just returned. She was in Rwanda, and she has an amazing story to tell. So you may want to stay until the end. This is a story for the books. Do not go anywhere. And I have a feeling that what she's going to tell us, I mean, you've read our post. However, you don't know, is it true? Or are we kidding? I don't know, but she's here. She will tell us. So, ladies and gentlemen from the world over, and as you joined us, welcome, Murakazaneza. Without further ado, here comes Victoria. Hi there.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm doing well, thanks. And you?
I am good. It's 12:30 in Vancouver, BC. What time is it where you are right now?
It's currently 9:30 at night.
Okay. Did you say close to 8? Or no, 9. It's same time zone as Rwanda, isn't it?
Yes, yeah, we're in the same time zone.
Central African time. Welcome. So that will be in South Africa, I believe. I am always amazed by the country. How many languages do you speak?
I can speak only a little bit of Sotho, but otherwise just Afrikaans and English. So 2. Not
Yeah,
4.
not the whole 11. I believe the country has 11 official languages.
Yeah, no, not quite there yet.
However, you can sing the national anthem because I really love that national anthem. You know, I try to sing it.
That is a great national anthem, but please don't ask for me to sing it now.
Yeah?
Don't ask for me to sing it now. My voice is not warmed up.
No, I always hear Nkelele, and okay, what's next? Africa. I love it. Now, my as we get people joining us and from all over the world, I mean, thank you again. Just tell us who is Victoria Page? Like, who are you? Tell us about you to the world.
I am a professional photographer, and I focus on the luxury industry and uplifting countries around Africa. I haven't been to too many, but Rwanda was my latest one, and I'm very excited to explore more of it. But I also like to showcase my experiences over my Instagram, so you could call me a travel influencer. And yeah, I've dabbled a little bit in fashion. I have my own swimwear brand. And at the moment, I'm focusing on social media and training people on how to basically bring their small business online and digital. So I do online marketing consultations with people. So that's me in a nutshell.
That's the end, yeah. To the To the point and short, yes. No, social media for my company, I've had to learn it, and most of the time I don't know what I'm doing because I'm like at 43 years old. I'm just post and make all these
No,
things.
it changes all the time. There's constantly new updates, so it's key to be with it all the time.
Yes, I must say I need to come and take one of your course because I was looking at your courses and I'm like I should enroll.
No, you must.
Because definitely your social media is just beautifully laid out.
Thank
So we should really invite our viewers. Allow me to just write. I think it's Victoria, but you. I'm just gonna add it in our chat box here.
Okay.
Or better, let's just put it on the banner, if I remember. So, and we can add. I think it's you said Victoria Page. Is that?
Yeah, great. Victoria Page was taken, unfortunately.
So then we have a Y at the end.
Yes. Yes.
All right, let's do that. And IG. And that should work. Although I think, there you go. Did I get that right?
Yes, you did.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Now, so helping small businesses get online, a traveler. I also noticed that on most of your pictures, you are always holding a product.
Yes, yes. That is, so I advertise for brands over my platform, and I advertise brands in unique locations. So whether it'll be halfway up a mountain amongst gorillas or in a beautiful location. So it's at least aesthetically pleasing. But yeah, so I do advertise brands on my Instagram as well.
Yes, so that is a trick I've learned from you. So now I need to give you a Zenhesa product or something.
Yes.
But they all seem to be like a health product that I saw. Are you into like health? How do we say it?
Like a holistic way of living, you could say.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
big into health. It's very important. So I only advertise products that I personally believe in and that I use. So yeah, and that's basically the products you see on my Instagram.
Okay. So when we are live, what tends to happen is we are also talking to our viewers, and they usually leave us some comments. So I will bring them in, and so that it's fully interactive. It's fun.
Okay.
So we have some comments here, and we have Leon, and he's watching from Rwanda. Leon is part of my team. He's the one who is responsible of making all the videos. So please watch. And all the layovers you see. So quite a talented young man, Leon.
Nice to meet you, Mel.
And we have Angel, who is also in my team, and she is our curator, our experienced curator.
Hi, Angel.
And she says, "You look beautiful."
Oh, thank you.
And she likes your hair.
Thank you.
Now we also have Kenny. He is in Karongi. You probably drove there,
Yes.
past there, because we are live on YouTube, on Facebook, and as well as on Twitter, on 3 platforms.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
Now, Rwanda. Let's get into it. Because I was on Visit Rwanda. I have an obsession with Visit Rwanda Instagram. I mean,
Yes.
it makes sense. And that's where I found the repost and I look at the picture. So thank you for talking to us today. So you went to Rwanda. When did you go to Rwanda?
I've been back in South Africa for about a week and a half now. So yeah, just under 2 weeks ago.
So you just returned. You were there just in April during.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was during
End of April.
the mid. Okay.
Yeah.
So that was your first trip to Rwanda.
Yes. I've flown over Rwanda and I've landed in the airports when I went to Ethiopia. So it was on my list and I heard so many great things about it. I had to visit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, was it the Rwanda? I mean, before you went to Rwanda, did you hear about Rwanda? I'm sure through your
I did.
Mhm.
The air hostesses were telling me about Rwanda and how clean it is and amazing it is, and it's an up and coming country, and that they're trying to get more tourists involved. So I heard only great things about it, and yeah, like I said, it was on the top of my list to visit.
Okay. So my battery, I just realized. So you may wanna, keep entertaining as my computer is saying that it's gonna turn off soon. Anyway, saved by that. There you go. Live. Woohoo! Pressure. You never know anything ever goes. So okay. Now, so what you heard and what you saw, did it match? Tell us, when you landed. Because you were there for about how long? Like 10 days, you said?
10, 11 days, yes.
Okay.
Because when I arrived, I had to quarantine for a couple of hours until my COVID test results came back. So it was 11 days that I was there.
Okay.
Unbelievable. I was blown over. I couldn't believe how clean it was. I did arrive at about 2 o'clock in the morning. So driving the streets was beautiful, so tropical. So just outside of the airport, that whole avenue of palm trees. And I was like, wow. I was excited. I was very excited. No, I was very, very impressed. Yeah, like I said, absolutely beautiful.
We will talk about what happened in a moment, but I just this is really key because myself, for example, I traveled to Japan, so the reference is always there. But before I get to that, I just want to tell you a funny story because South Africa I have not been, but I have a lot of friends from over there, so there is this closeness I have to the country, even if I've not been there. But one day I'll. So we know it's a country of beautiful wine, amazing wine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really good wine.
Yes, there is one in particular. There is a friend of mine who owns who happened to have a winery over there. So the reason why I say this is that I know it's a beautiful country. I mean, Cape Town. You look at it.
Yeah.
So then, what makes Rwanda in your eyes? Someone from South Africa, and I know you've traveled in so many countries, Bali, and you've been to Italy, Monaco, all those like really,
Yeah.
really. So in your eyes, so what made Rwanda, other than being clean, like what really draws you in when you're in Rwanda?
I think the terrain was unbelievable. When they said Valley of 1,000 Hills, it's more like 1,000,000 hills. 1,000 is nowhere close. I did a lot of driving, spent some days traveling for 7 hours. So I got to see the countryside. And seeing how the people live and the communities and the volcanoes. South Africa don't have volcanoes like Rwanda does. So that was unbelievable. Also, watching how the community interact with each other and how caring they are and how they look after the elderly. I saw that quite a bit because I noticed everyone walks in Rwanda, where in South Africa it's not that safe to walk. So we don't really walk everywhere. We either take a taxi or a cab. But definitely the scenery and the tropical side of Rwanda is very different to South Africa.
Yes, as you were saying that, the traveling, that sort of sense of freedom. I must say, I really like the way you travel in a car. Legs up in the window.
Well, it wasn't just my legs. I had my head out the window too. And everyone was like, Mzungu, Mzungu. And I was like, hi. No, it was great. It was great. It was also so great to travel, seeing everyone's been in lockdown and our country's been in lockdown and restrictions have been so high. So it was like my adrenaline and excitement was too much.
Absolutely. I could see, I mean, they should go watch it, but you just seem to be just loving every moment of it.
Every moment. Even we even stopped to look at the bamboo, and oh no, it was incredible. It was really, really special.
You know, back to what you just said, when people see you, they say Muzungu, Muzungu, but you are from South Africa,
Yes.
born, and I think many, many, many generation as well.
Yes.
Okay. So in Vancouver, I remember I was working one day at the office,
Yes.
and what happened was I heard someone speaking, and so then I was like, just the way the person was sounding to me and the loudness, especially the
Yes.
loudness, excitement in the voice. I'm like,
Yes.
there is an African in the building. There is someone from Africa. I could just sense that energy.
You can definitely.
Yeah, So then I had to go. I'm gonna go find because I've been here all alone for quite some time now. There's someone from my place. Let me go say hello. So I went, and it was this person from South Africa. Yes, she was Caucasian, but still, I could just, I'm like, hey, it's okay.
Nasita.
The only one, yes.
Now we're all family. If you're born in Africa, we're all family.
Oh yeah, yes, absolutely. I mean, the way we sound, it's,
Yeah,
yeah, just
definitely.
loud. So you go to Rwanda and you are traveling. So where did you start? In Kigali, I presume?
Yes, you started in Kigali and then went up to the Namungwe forest. Stayed there for about 3 nights, I think it was. I can't quite keep track of how many, like,
No,
we did so much and tried to experience as much as possible that my days aren't quite in order. But yeah, so we went there for about 4 days and then went to Gorilla's Nest, which was for also about another 4 or 5 days, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so we did like a whole, it's on my Instagram, like the whole route we did, but I felt like I traveled, I would say 50% of Rwanda.
I mean, absolutely, because Rwanda, it is small. So if you were from Kigali, you went to the south and then you went up north. So you were pretty much south and west.
Yes, yeah, that's right.
Now, Nyungwe, how was Nyungwe?
Oh, it's beautiful! Wow. No, it was really cool, and I love that the reserve is protected, the military patrol, which is so amazing. I feel like more countries should do that, especially our country. That was amazing to see, and it was so wild, which was amazing. Like the resort we stayed at is on the it borders Namungwe, and waking up in the mornings knowing there's a possibility of seeing a chimpanzee or some exotic animal that I've never seen before was really, really cool. No, it was amazing.
Yeah, because I saw you were painting.
Yes, they offer that at the resort. Oh, it was beautiful. And had the monkeys busy chatting to themselves. No, it was like it was so raw, which I loved. It wasn't like a man-made forest. Yeah, which is it makes you feel like you're one with the forest.
Now, Nyungwe, so you did the chimpanzee, the monkey trekking.
We not in Nyungwe. We just did the canopy tour hike. Unfortunately, we didn't have enough time, and it was raining, so we didn't unfortunately trek any chimpanzees. Hopefully next time.
It's quite fascinating how you say you didn't have enough time, yet you had plenty of time to pose with something.
Well, to be honest, when I got back to South Africa, I was a whole week. Everyone thought I was still in Rwanda because I was posting. So I was in South Africa, but it looked like I was in Rwanda.
Yes, yeah.
I was behind in a lot of content.
So you had to post all of those contents. And how was the canopy walk? Because I, for one, I'm scared of heights.
Well, because like I said, with lockdown, I hadn't really done anything very exciting. Besides, I went skydiving, but with skydiving, you can't tell the difference. Like it doesn't feel like you're high. So going on that bridge, suddenly realized I had a fear of heights, especially because it moves. So that was very cool. But what wasn't the coolest part about it is how it had been raining when we started our hike, and the time we got to the bridge, it was still very misty. We couldn't see a view or anything. But the time we walked over the bridge, the mist lifted, and some of it like was in between the jungle, and then we had this beautiful lighting hit the whole bridge and the jungle, and it was just incredible. We spent like an hour and a half on the bridge.
Really?
Yeah, we actually got back in the dark. We were pushed for time, but because it's only about a kilometer hike, it's not very far. But it was so beautiful, and the nature was so incredible. Also got to see those exotic birds. I can't remember the name, but they're very blue. Apparently, our guide hadn't seen them in 6 months, and we saw 7 of these birds, which was very cool. So yeah, we spent a lot of time examining the small things.
You know, I mean, that is how you soak in everything that you see.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, an hour and a half. You know, as you were saying that, I was like, maybe we should have a bungee jumping in that Nyungwe.
Oh, that'd be epic.
I don't know. That's hello, this is Rwanda, bungee jumping. We are making a request.
Or zip lining. Zip lining would be cool. I would do that.
Sorry, what? Zip lining?
Zip lining, yes. A zip line through the forest. That'd be very cool.
Yeah, you know, that is true, and that it shouldn't be easy to do. You just have to go from, I guess, elevated.
Yeah, that's one. Yeah.
Visit,
especially through the mist.
Yes. So someone is asking about. Angel has a bunch of questions here, but some of them I'm going to let you answer them of the. She's asking about different things here, but she's asking about Rwandan food. If you tasted it.
I had sago. I don't know if that all the. It's like a porridge. Is it sago? What is that? The corn porridge.
The corn porridge. So
yeah.
Is it thick? Is it ugali? Did you have ugali?
I can't remember the name of it, but it was very good. And they said it was like a staple meal that Rwandans have. It's a bit like pap. We call it pap in South Africa.
Yes, it is. Yeah. So was yours made from was it made from cassava or?
Cassava, I think. No, I had cassava ice cream. But for breakfast, I had. I think it's that. But I didn't try too many of the local foods, unfortunately. Next time, hopefully. But did eat a lot of monkey nuts, like raw peanuts. That's my favorite.
The peanuts.
The raw ones, like the kind of that you can buy from the shop.
So we need to get you more of the Rwandan food.
Yes, definitely.
Someone is talking about camera adjustment. Needs the adjustment of the camera. Mine or which one? I don't know.
Is that for me?
I'm not sure. They have to tell us. So that being said, let's go back to. Let's talk about what happened. But before I do that, I'm just gonna roll a clip. I prepared the clip that leads up to what happened. And yeah, so and we'll continue after the clip.
Come on.
What happened there?
I was trying to look graceful, running down the hill amongst the lemon trees, and somehow I did that to my ankle. I'm sorry for anyone who freaks out seeing that. Yeah.
Okay. So then you twisted your. That was you were aware at one and only at the gorilla nest.
Yes.
Okay. And that was the day before you go gorilla hiking, gorilla trekking. Was that the day before?
Literally the day before, and everything had been organized. I was so excited for it. We even watched Gorillas in the Mist, and that had to happen. And basically, I said, I don't care if it's broken. I am still seeing these gorillas. And then, thank goodness, the locals had offered one of the services, which is to. Should I say it yet, or?
No? Not yet. So we're just gonna roll the clip.
Okay, first that's the clip.
Hold that thoughts, and then you can tell us because it is quite amazing there. That you still want to see the gorillas after that episode. So here's the other clip. Ha, they were carrying you. Did they
Yeah.
tell you um, what it's called? What we
What
call what they were carrying you on in Kinyarwanda?
a stretcher. So they did. So that night, because I twisted my ankle in the late afternoon, and then that night they had called the locals and basically said to them, "This is what's happened. Um, do you have an option? Like, how can we do this?" And they said they do offer a service where you can be carried on a stretcher. So I wasn't the first person to be carried on a stretcher. Apparently, there was a 95-year-old lady that got carried to go see the gorillas, which is incredible.
That's
um,
good to know. That's really good to know that
yeah.
such a service exists. Kudos.
And the cool part is if you're disabled or if you're very old and can't trek in the jungle, they offer that, which is really great. And they carry your bags for you. And oh, no, it was really, really amazing.
So the stretcher, as it's known in the West, we call it Ingobi. That's our ambulance version. That's how we carried people to the hospital from a small village down south. So we've had such our stretcher for many, 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 many years. So
Oh, wow.
yes, Ingobji, and yeah, so that's really cool that they can have that integrated into visiting our beautiful gorillas.
And it also creates more jobs, which was great because there was quite a few people that did it. They took turns, 4 people there, 4 people back. So it was great to be amongst everyone. I enjoyed it. I had so
Yeah,
much fun. I spent most of the time with them and not the other guests. So I got to know everyone's story. We chatted, we shared food. No, it was really cool.
yeah. I mean, because when we talk to you, like, oh, should we just post that? Because they're gonna see. Sometimes we see a Caucasian, we're gonna think, okay, she's been carried by, but it's not. It is not really that. I mean, we do have that way of carrying people, and it's actually really nice. So really, kudos to the park rangers and the locals who offer that service. Because
No,
I
it's
didn't know.
No, and also an amazing part is we didn't trek for very far. Like the gorillas that we saw were quite close, so at least it wasn't like 20 kilometers that they carried me. It was only I don't know how many kilometers, but it was probably a 14-minute hike altogether. So which was nice as well. But because I felt very bad, I felt so bad that they were carrying me.
No, you shouldn't. I mean, in this case, you twisted the ankle, but you got to see our
I know.
beautiful.
No, I was very excited about that.
I
At
just
least I
want to
got.
take a moment to just say thank you, that they made it happen. Because can you imagine coming all this far and not going away and, seeing the gorillas?
Now, I would have hopped. If that wasn't an option, I would have hopped through the jungle. I would have made a plan.
It was amazing to chat. I'm always conscious of time, so I'm not trying to sort of rush it because some people they really want to listen to everything. I'd be like, oh, it's too long, Charles. So let's go to find a balance. But we will always do part 2 or part 3 or part 4.
For sure.
Why not? Definitely if you go back, we can maybe document that. We can talk about it.
That'll be very cool.
So let me just acknowledge some of what is being said, and we're gonna conclude this soon. We have Empathy Manor. Hello, I know him. He is our partner.
Hi.
So, Victor, and I said we have a surprise for you.
Oh, you do. Woo.
Zaniheza, I don't know what it is, but so as we conclude this, and if we wanna have another chat, we can. If you have time, I assume. Now that you've been to Rwanda and you've traveled in so many other places, first of all, would you, tell us something last, like a summary of would you recommend Rwanda as a destination? Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes. Amazingly enough, I've actually had quite a few people ask me, like, what is Rwanda like? A lot of people from Uganda, actually. I had quite a few messages on Instagram from people in Europe as well as all over Africa, all saying, oh my word, you've inspired me to go to Rwanda. I'm going to book now. Where did you stay? Do you have any suggestions? Which was really cool because that's the aim at the end of the day. I had an amazing time, and I want other people to have an amazing time. So, yeah, I was really happy about that.
So welcome to Rwanda, and when you do, call Zaniheza. Now, are you ready for the surprise?
Yes.
This is something that I tasked Leon. Thank you. He's now at school, but we call him a Mr. Zaniheza. It seems that that's really stuck on him. So I tasked him with this thing that we did for you. And that's how we will conclude with this.
Okay.
You can tell us what you think. I know you are wondering what do they have in mind here. Okay, here we go.
I love it. Thank you. That's very special.
That's all could come up because I realized how much you love the pictures. So I'm like, okay, we gotta give a surprise. So should I send it to you?
Please do. I would love that. Please. Thank you so much.
No worries. So it's been a pleasure. It's really been a pleasure talking to you. Do you have anything else to say?
Well, follow me to see where I go next. I'll probably be going back to Rwanda quite soon, so hopefully I'll get to see more of Rwanda.
Yes. Yeah, there are more to see. I mean, definitely with Zaniheza, see Africa through our eyes. So definitely there are more to see, more to do. So to that note, thank you. I know it is getting late. Thank you for being here, for taking the time. Until next time, we say.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
I'm gonna roll my credit here when you go live.
Thank you very much for watching us today. If you have not subscribed, remember to subscribe and hit that bell button to stay updated about our upcoming videos. Don't forget to comment and like our videos and tell us what you think we should do more.